The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wolverines will kick it away first. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Northwestern's offense will get the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred. Because it's a rivalry game, they'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Give to the back. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much. All throughout the year, all the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
This is an offense that prides themselves on being physical. They love running the football. That's their identity. But the defense getting that stop on 3rd and short against the run, that sets a very clear message that they've shown up to play. They know it's coming, and they're going to be here all day.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Wolverines offense will try to get something started with their first possession. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there often.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. At the 45 on his way. There he goes down the right side. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Dropping back, it's Allen. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
Man, as a quarterback, you've got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Slips away. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. The 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to throw, it's Allen. Might be looking to run. Going to try to get it himself. Just trucks through it. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. They'll run play action. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The give to the tailback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered on.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He fires it out to the right. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Have you ever met a wide receiver that isn't always open? They always want the football. They got so much confidence. QB rolling outside the pocket, trying to make a play. Receivers had an opportunity maybe to make a play, but you know what? I'm open, throw me the ball, throw my hand in the air. You know what? That pick, it goes on the quarterback stats, not the receivers.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. Northwestern wants to go quickly. Hand off from the shotgun. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack. And that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Gore. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again.
Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did.
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Now on the option. Quick toss. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Now on first down for this offense. He wants to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After misfiring, it's second down. Looking downfield, it's Allen. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Going up top on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. Guys, we've come to the end of the period, and Northwestern has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
7, Michigan, 0.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Got his man quickly. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. Line getting set on second down. From the gun, running back on the move.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Northwestern will send out the punt team. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And this punt will be down just on the other side of midfield. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Wolverines looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They'll leave it with him. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Dances away to buy time. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up fourth.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Gore. Fires to the right. It's complete. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
They'll throw it on first down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end.
I know, everyone's yelling. You didn't get the first down. We need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's loose at the 15. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Quarterback adapting. Got his man on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Back to pass, it's Allen. They're bringing heat. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Fires downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On the run, it's Abraham. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise we saw just that in the first half today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
We're Started here in the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Now facing a third and long. To the air, it's Allen. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Feeling some heat. Got it set up on the outside. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
325. Scanning the field, it's Allen. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Got his man in the middle. Gets away from one, finds some space. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Northwestern right back to the line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they get the sack just like that. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Northwestern coming to the line with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set, stare downfield, and try and pick this defense apart because he's constantly throwing with pressure in his face.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Probably need to pick up a few yards. From here, it would be a 62-yard attempt. Shakes off the tackler. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. On the ground, it's Abraham. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now from inside the red zone. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Abraham. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense, sir. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And we are all tied up here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Arguably the game of the week, fellas, with two top 25 teams locking horns. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Syracuse.
To the ground with the back.
We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Fast motion from the offense. Back to the ground with the running back. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Hard-hitting tackle. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame.
What a play by the defense. I'll tell you, every time that guy gets the ball in space, the entire stadium holds their breath because of his game-changing speed. That is an outstanding job of an open field tackle in a 2-minute situation with the lead.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's looking on the right side. He holds it in, and nobody's close. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They're going to run it. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for this offense. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And
he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Back to pass, it's Gore. He finds his man. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. 4th down, gotta have it here. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. He's loose down the left side. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. He wants to throw it. They're setting up the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Wants to throw on 2nd down. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Now on the move. Under a minute to go. Just take a knee here and avoid the disaster.
And we've seen it, Reese, very recently in schools that might be in the Sunshine State that decided to run the football and run plays and has come back to bite them. So there's nothing wrong, Jesse, with being conservative, taking a knee, taking the victory.
I think Miami and Georgia Tech are heeding your advice very, very carefully based on what we've seen in those recent years. Don't have to overthink this thing. Victory formation, leave the stadium with a double.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out, execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.